Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Julia Chen, a registered dietitian who specializes in eczema, gut health, and general inflammation. I'm on a mission to help you get in control of your root causes and heal your chronic symptoms. Now, today, I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about something that I know so many of you are feeling right now, which is allergies, especially with the allergy season right now. That's very common during the spring/summertime. And every year you might be having these symptoms. I want to start talking about why this is happening. If you've been noticing that every time allergy season rolls around, your skin flare-ups, your eczema flares up, your nose starts running like crazy, maybe your digestion is off as well, and you're just feeling like you're more sensitive to everything, then you definitely want to stay until the very end for this episode. We're going beyond just the pollen allergy that you have and really what's going on inside your body and what you can do to calm the symptoms. I thought I would share a quick life update because I haven't done an update for a little while now, I think, but I'm doing something that might be of interest to you guys. So I am going to a really big festival called Tomorrowland in Belgium in just about, I think, 5 weeks. And I wasn't planning on doing this. I just really want to be disciplined and really work on my nutrition. So first of all, I just want to preface, please don't follow my diet plan or what I'm doing in terms of my health and my lifestyle. But at this moment, I am doing a cut. So what a cut is basically I am reducing the amount of calories to be in a deficit so I can build more muscle and have more definition. I actually have a friend who's a very experienced personal trainer who developed a plan for me to follow. So I'm doing basically a 6-week cut where I'm eating 1,500 calories per day. This is estimated for my needs, about 136 grams of protein per day based on my weight. And my ratio is 30% protein, 30% carbs, and 35% fats. So it's currently day 5 of the diet. And honestly, it's been okay. You know, I was really worried that it was going to be too restrictive and that I was not going to feel great, but I feel fine. It's actually not too far off from what I usually eat with my diet. The portions are a bit smaller and I have to weigh my food and measure it. But for the most part, it's not like an extreme change for me, which is really helpful because as you guys know, I'm not a promoter of like restrictions, which is not good for your hormones and your gut and your skin. I'm on this like fitness journey where I'm cutting for this festival so I can, you know, look toned, look snatched, take some pictures. It's also a part of like discipline too for me to really just be on it. I feel like I'm already a pretty disciplined person, but this really puts you to the test and how invested you can be or not when it comes to your body and your health. So that's a little bit of my journey. If you want to follow along, I post a couple stories about my fitness journey on Instagram, not to make this about me, but based on your guys' input, you really like me sharing behind the scenes and like what I'm up to. So that's what I'm up to. I'm on a fitness journey. I'm cutting for this festival. I have a strict routine. It's been nice to do something for me outside of work because I can really get into work a lot because I'm always supporting so many clients in my practice. And sometimes when you're running a business, you get pretty consumed into it as an entrepreneur. So it's good to kind of have that focus elsewhere, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's really exciting. Heading over to London first, and then we're going to go to Belgium for the festival and then back to London. And then plans later on, which we'll share in the next few episodes. Okay, without further ado, let's talk about you. Let's share some knowledge around the topic about allergies. Let's start with the basics. What is really happening during allergy season when it comes to your body? So when things like pollen, even dust mites or mold spores enter your body, your immune system sounds the alarm. It goes off. It's like, and you start having these reactions to these invaders, okay? Even though they can actually be very harmless for most people. Now, when the alarm goes off in your body, this triggers a release of histamines. Histamines are basically chemical messengers, and they are within something called mast cells. It's a type of immune cell. Histamines is what causes like the classic allergic symptoms: sneezing, itchy eyes, runny nose, clogged nose, nose, and many of you, it's eczema flare, maybe hives, and just really sensitive, bumpy, allergic type of skin manifestations. Here's the thing. These symptoms aren't just about what's floating in the air. It's not just about it being a high pollen count this time of the year or the amount of dust in your house. While that can exacerbate symptoms, but there's a deeper layer. Usually, it's also a sign of a hyperreactive or overreactive immune system. When your immune system is reacting to harmless substances, it's actually a sign of immune dysregulation. And there are different contributing factors as to why more people are sensitive to the environment and why they have immune dysregulation. There's genetics that play a role. So if you're predispositioned to allergies or you have a family history of allergies, you may have a higher risk of being more prone to histamine reactions during the allergy season. Chronic stress, which overloads your immune system, leaky gut dysbiosis, nutrient deficiencies are some contributing factors that can affect your immune system. So if you're wondering why some people have allergies and others don't, this comes down to your immune system based on these factors. This is why it's really important. While we can't change our genes, you can make changes to your diet and lifestyle so that you can start building the immunity, working on your gut health, so that when allergy season comes, you'll notice that you don't necessarily have to suffer every year. You can actually reduce your allergic symptoms during the season. A lot of people don't know that. I think it's kind of stigmatized in a way where it's like, oh, it's allergy season. This is when I always get allergies. It just doesn't get better. But I want to debunk that misconception and actually bring some light and awareness and inspiration, I guess, that you don't have to have allergies every year. If we work on healing the body from inside out, you can actually see real improvement. So that's basically what's happening with your body during the allergy season. It's an overreactive immune system that you have that is reacting to the environment, causing a release of histamine. But here's what's interesting. Most conventional doctors don't talk about how your allergies can actually be linked to the gut. There's actually a gut allergy connection. Your gut and your immune system are deeply connected. 70 to 80% of your immune system lives in your gut. If your gut is damaged, there's inflammation going on from stress, from gut infections, it's going to lower your immunity and increase the chances of you having these type of allergies during allergy season. Because when your gut lining isn't healthy, something called a leaky gut can happen. In other words, intestinal permeability, which you've probably heard me talk a lot about on the podcast. But when you have intestinal permeability, all kinds of stuff can sneak through into the bloodstream because your gut layer is only a single cell. So we really have to tend to it and nurture it to prevent it becoming leaky. When all kinds of stuff leak through into the bloodstream, we're talking about undigested food particles, toxins, bacterial fragments like LPS can leak through. When this happens, this again sets that alarm off in your immune system and it contributes to this systemic inflammation, histamine overload, and even reactions to food. We see a lot of patients who have allergies to the environment, but they also have allergies to food because also the gut-skin connection. The outside environment is affecting the gut. The inside environment of the gut is affecting the skin. This is why people with eczema or allergies often have underlying gut issues because of the connection between the two. So in order to prevent allergies from getting worse every year, and if you're at this place right now where it's like unmanageable, I mean, nobody wants to wake up sneezing, wake up with snot everywhere, right? It's not comfortable. Not to forget the itching, the uncomfortableness, the severe flares that happen with eczema during allergy season. I know that I have clients that experience this and it's not fun. It's debilitating. I understand how it feels because I used to really flare up during the spring. But I have clients who are now able to go through the allergy season without their eczema being out of control. And that really comes down to working on the immune system. On top of this, if you already have leaky gut and your immune system is overactive and your bucket is basically really full, so think of your bucket as, your body and things that contribute to it that can cause your bucket to overflow will eventually lead to symptoms, reactions to the environment. So if you have leaky gut and then your immune system is overstimulated, maybe there's added stress and you're not sleeping very well, all of that can create a perfect storm for allergies to worsen during allergy season. It's all connected, right? When we're trying to help people reduce allergies, we're looking at their entire body. We're doing a clinical assessment to see where their bucket is at, because maybe there's underlying stress and there's chronic low-grade inflammation happening in the body that's causing their immune system to overwork and overreact. So this is why you might even notice maybe some years your allergies are fine and other years they're terrible. I encourage you to reflect on the years that are really good. Did you have less stress during that time? Did you have less stuff going on? Were you working on your nutrition and balanced meals and supporting the gut, which then allows you to be more resilient to allergies? Or the other years where you had really severe allergies, did you have a lot of stress going on, a lot of triggers, really contributing to that inflammation bucket, which may have overflowed during that time? And if you reflect on that, that might tell you a lot in terms of why some years you don't have allergies and other years you do. So what can you do to calm your allergies and your flares and symptoms during the allergy season? And also, just to mention here, it's not just during allergy season, it's like all throughout the year, right? All throughout the lifetime, because we always have to be tending to the gut microbiome, to the immune system to prevent symptoms from reoccurring or flaring up. But of course, during allergy season, it's a time when sensitivities are heightened and people are more sensitive to the environment. We do have to focus a little bit more on doing some of that inner healing. What we want to do during the allergy season, and even before this, because your body takes time to really build that resilience, is to support the gut. You can do this through eating different gut supporting foods, for example, fruits and vegetables of different colors, prebiotic foods like bananas, oats, asparagus, eating soothing gut foods. So like bone broths are really great, flaxseed, even targeted supplements. I like using supplements to actually help soothe the gut lining. And some of these supplements are designed, and they're usually a blend of different herbs and nutrients that help to support the mucosal barrier and also reduce the inflammation happening in the gut. So that can be really helpful to heal the gut lining so that we can further prevent allergies from happening, because we're healing the leaky gut. You also want to address underlying root causes or gut infections. So if you have some sort of dysbiosis, candida, bad bacteria growing, SIBO, right? We want to get rid of any pathogens or bad bacteria or microbes in the gut that shouldn't be there, because that can also create inflammation in the gut. And of course, calming the nervous system, that's a really important piece as well. While you're doing the nutrition work and supporting your gut, you want to make sure that you're regulating your nervous system, stimulating the vagus nerve, which is the nerve that connects your mind and your gut, and practicing that mindfulness on a regular basis. And that all really helps with your immune system and your whole body in general. Also, what can be really helpful is start to include more natural antihistamines in your diet. Usually antihistamine foods are foods rich in vitamin C. These foods are usually found in fruits like berry, pineapple, citrus fruits, vegetables as well. They contain natural compounds called quercetin, which is a natural antihistamine. It can help to reduce histamine release. You may even want to consider natural antihistamine supplements if it works for you. For example, I really like to use vitamin C and quercetin and nettles for my patients who experience a lot of allergies. So there are definitely ways to mitigate symptoms during the allergy season. And if you feel confused about like what supplements to take, what diet should look like to support your gut and your immune system, that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to help you in those areas. If you've been thinking your flares and your symptoms are just allergies and it's something that you experience every year, I hope you take away from this episode that it's not just that. It's your gut, your immune system. It's the whole internal landscape reacting to the environment. But the good news is you can absolutely change that and how your body responds. It starts with small steps and everything that I shared in today's episode. If you found this episode helpful and you maybe know someone that has really bad allergies, share this episode, get them to learn more about why it's happening, how they can actually start feeling better by implementing some of the tips I shared today. It might change their life. Who knows? That's my purpose here, to be able to help you guys feel better in your bodies. And if you're ready to dive deeper and you want my one-on-one support, check out the show notes to learn how we can work together. Thanks so much for listening, and I will see you next time.